Hey guys, it's your phantasm of awesome spirit. And before I get into today's news, a few little things. I am on vacation right now, so I'm doing as much work as I can with recording and whatnot. And I got some major news myself on Sunday. I'm going to be my uncle. My sister in law is pregnant, and I'm going to have my own nephew. I'm going to be an uncle. And I'm excited and I'm nervous at the same time, but I'm very happy for my brother. Like his lifelong dream of having a family and a nice job and his own house, it's all coming true for him. So I'm very happy for him. So let's get on with what I want to talk about today, being being an annoyance of a scout. And why do I like to play an annoying scout loadout versus kill loadout of scout? Um, let's start out with what the loadout is. The loadout is the Force of Nature, Sandman, and Flying Guillotine, or what I like to call it, the Meat Cleaver. And why I like using this? Because I really can't kill a scout. The only way I get kills a scout is if enemies are weak, or my opponent's aim sucks, or I catch them off guard and get to sneak up from behind on them. So using the Force of Nature is a very opportune weapon for me, but taking the Sandman and the Guillotine on top of that just allows me to add another annoyance level of being stuns and bleeds, and with the Force they've got a knockback to deal with. Very frustrating to deal with, very fun to play, and I don't know why, but I've started actually trying a lot of different loadouts. And that's not just I swapped one weapon for one thing. It's no, it's a complete whole loadout. Like Black Box Conjurer have Satoichi, complete heal soldier, or Demo Knight, but Demo Knight's usually not one of my favorites. Pure stock pyro, but I've done other types of pyros as well, such as Flog, Man Melter, and Third Degree, just for the hell of it. And it's been nice to try out different things and not be so serious since I don't play with Paladin anymore. And doing all this allowed me to think, hey, I can probably do something with Scout that makes me better than just ones that kill, and use a subset of the Scout instead, being just complete annoyance and distraction. Throughout this whole video, you'll see me just getting up into people's faces and annoying the crap out of them, and while they're turned to focus on me, my teammates swoop in, kill them, set them on fire. Just they harass them a whole lot more, and it's hilarious to see it too. Like if you're watching, you can tell my aim just outright sucks, but my distractions are enough to get teammates to look. And it's not a top scoring loadout. It really isn't. I ended up in middle of the pack, so I was fine with that. But I used everything to my advantage. Where I'm distracting this heavy, my soldier gets to go on. I get up into the medic's face. I know the medic's not going to do much. And this loadout is very effective on both defense and offense. The only thing you have to worry about is your damage output, because you get pretty much 3 shots, you're done. And if you don't land any of those 3 shots, sure, you can have the enemy turn on you, but you're also going to be defenseless to fighting back unless you pull out melee, and even then, if there's no random crits on, it's going to be bad. Like here, I bring up a demo man, pyro finishes them, and 2 sentry gun. Oh, medic? Nope. It's easy to use, and I suggest giving it a try. But there's other loadouts like the old soda popper and what was the other one? The Criticola. Popping that with a soda popper, you could do so much annoying things. And with the recent changes to the soda popper being you have to damage enemies, this sort of makes it a bit more opportune. And that's the best part of it is, hey, I don't have to use said thing, but I can. And with the way Scout is, I don't normally play him. And I really wish I did. I did a season of Highlander as a Scout. I wasn't very good at killing, but my team loved that I could get distractions for the sniper and spy to get free picks. And that's what I like playing with this loadout, is because you'll never see this in comp. You'll never see a Sandman in comp. They've got that banned because it's annoying to play against. You'll see a Cleaver. You'll never see a Force because they'd rather the stock scattergun. And that's what's so disappointing too, is I've looked at the comp scene and I've seen it for TF2. And yes, I did play comp. And you know what? Don't enjoy it. Not as much anymore. A lot of things have changed over the years. Just think that I used to be someone who'd always play comp and never want to play pubs because I couldn't trust teammates. And here I am playing pubs because I get so bored doing stale things. And in pubs I can do whatever I want and it's neat. And I'm glad that I'm starting to just play casual. I really am. And I really don't think I'd ever go back to playing Highlander or Sixes. I had my fun. I had a few seasons under my belt. If I ever did go back, it'd probably just be as a sub to fill in for someone. And that's all that I'd ever wanted to be. If it had to be anything else, it would definitely be a different experience. Like random crits, they barely bother me anymore. Forced crits, I was always fine with because it was a reward of skill. And there's so much that's changed over the years. You guys seen the element evolve. If you go back, watch my first video, I was terrible at commentary. I was terrible at a lot of things. And then came Paladin, and then came all that jazz with that hey, I was nothing but a team player and only played specific loadouts. And those loadouts were, yes, they were very optimal for best play and all that. But they didn't really make me happy. And since they never made me happy, why would I want to keep playing them? And that's where these new updates I got upset at because they ruined those loadouts, and now I can play different playstyles now and do a whole bunch because comp, I'm not going to be playing that. There's so much that's changed. And it feels weird for not just me. It's probably for you guys too. That hey, he played engineer, then he played demo, then pyro, and then he did a month of medic and a whole bunch of things. But the real question is, was it worth it to me? You know what? Going along that ride may not have made me this absolute beast of a person, of a player. Sure, I can keep up with people. If they're better than me, I'll adjust on the fly. But I'm not going to go and say, hey, you're not the best, or any of that. It's, hey, what are you doing? Okay, I I don't care too much, but if you're in trouble, I'll try and help you. I can only do so much, and that that's all I can do is just hope that people want to try it. And if people want to try, then good. And I'll deal with it. I got so tired of playing competitive because it was the same thing day in, day out. I always had to be one specific class to practice. And enough time of engineer and of scout and spy, it really builds up on you. And since that's not how I actually operate, I'm a creative mind. I like having freedom to change and think and choose options. If I don't get options, I don't get much to play with. Engineer, yes, I got to be creative in what I did with my centuries, but there were standard spots that you had to go with to do stuff right in comp, and those were meta. You had to play those spots. Yeah, the odd time you could get cheeky, but you couldn't stay that way. Otherwise, you would lose. And since I can play pubs, I can do whatever I want, and like try the most stupidest of places. I'll try and avoid sniper sight lines as possible because, hey, why not? But it'll allow me to experience what you guys have been experiencing this whole time, where I shut off my eyes to the world. I'm now opening them, where you guys always had yours open, and we're trying to understand my way versus me trying to understand your way. And by playing this version of Scout, it really did help. Like, before I did this recording, I played the Fat Scout. I played Fat Scout with the panic attack. And you know what? I had fun, even though I was getting stabbed. And it was hilarious watching snipers and soldiers and demo men die to a panic attack wielded by a heavy. It was hilarious. And that's what I'm hoping to experience a lot more now, is doing that. Just getting to have a bit of fun and not worry about what others may think. Like, sure, you may not like my footage as much as now, but did that really change? Probably. Your taste probably grew different too. Mine will have changed, yours will have changed. Everything will have changed. That's time. Time changes all. But with all that being said, everyone needs to accept the fact that, hey, I'm trying to have some fun now. I'm just trying to. Like, I gotta take baby steps. I'm not going to outright change overnight. Yes, if I do just change overnight, did I really do anything important? Probably not. But I'd like to thank all of you for watching for all these years. This has been 3 long years, and we're going on our 4th one soon. So remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. It all helps. It really does.